Little subscriber ho man ho basi, notifications on for basi. Why? Because ke basi. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new, I go by the name of Basetsana Moeketsi, and I hope you stay and you become part of the family by subscribing. And you don't just subscribe, you turn those notifications on so that when I drop content and you know that it's time to come and watch my channel. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. Welcome back. We are growing every day and I love that for us. Thank you so much. In today's video, I will be talking about how I live a stress-free life in my 20s and how I just maneuver. So let's just get into it. 20s are hectic. They are very hectic because I just feel like at that time we're done with high school. Now it's life after like your varsity even. So now you are officially unemployed, or probably you're just doing a course that you don't like, or there's just a lot going on. There's just a lot of huge decisions that really will impact your life. And it's very stressful because you get people who seem like they have it all figured out. And then you get other people who may feel like they haven't accomplished enough, or they're not good enough based on what people achieve. I don't do that. Like, I refrain from comparing myself with other people. I refrain from looking at other lanes. I just focus on my own lane. I refrain from running a race with other people. I run my own race. I run it ka pace yaka. There's absolutely no pressure. And I embrace what I have. I pray for what I do not have. And I also pray for what I do have. I'm just grateful for all the things that I want, because at the end of the day, everything that you want and that you can imagine is literally in you. There's absolutely nothing that's out there that will help you be this person that you want to become. It is all in you. So if you do not spend a lot of time with you, if you don't take care of yourself, how do you get to a point where you live stress-free? How do you get to a point where you appreciate yourself? How do you get to a point where you congratulate yourself? Because you find people who do a lot. And a lot is it's subjective, because somebody will say, I graduating small waters. Okay, but what is it? Is it a degree? Is it a diploma? Is it a PhD? Is it what, like, is it postgrad? So people are more, how do I put it? People really undervalue themselves. They don't congratulate themselves. They don't see the amount of work that they have done for themselves, how great they have done. It's always a matter, yeah, okay, what's next? All right, what's next? Okay, I've graduated. Now I need to get a good job. Oh, now I got a good job. Now let me get a car. Oh, okay, now that I have a car, let me get a house. Oh, actually, let me upgrade. Like, there's never a point where people are like, okay, I have done it, thank you, congratulations, and stuff like that. So I actually congratulate myself for the smallest things, like literally waking up, wow, okay, we're in a good mood today, congratulations, Basi, you're gonna have a good day. Like, I congratulate myself for being a mom. Wow, you're raising this beautiful daughter, you're doing so well. Like, from the things that some people don't see as an achievement. The thing is, you find people who are doing a lot and they don't acknowledge that. You know, you look at them and you're like, wow, this person is doing a lot. And what people see is amazing. It's this amazing person, but you don't see it yourself. So what do you want? Like, people seek validation. They want people to congratulate them. They want people to tell them, okay, you look good today. They want people to tell them, wow, you did great. But why don't you tell yourself? Like, why don't you say, I am the girl, like, I am the guy, I'm doing well, I'm great, I'm good at what I do, and I will continue to win. Why don't you applaud yourself? Why do you want to wait for an audience? Because another thing is, people don't know you. They do not know you, and it's not their job to know you, and it's not even your job to introduce yourself to people. Your job is to make yourself happy. Your job is to make sure that you are okay mentally. Your job is to make sure that you fulfill your purpose, which is something that is an assignment that is assigned to you. It's not for us to understand that. I've realized that, you know, people have this thing of, yeah, once you're 25, you should be married, you should be in your own place, you must move out of your house, you must do this. But my thing is, who set these things? Like, is it even realistic? Some people don't even know what they want. Like, they don't even know their purpose at that time, because also knowing your purpose is a journey on its own. You don't just wake up and say, yeah, my purpose is to entertain, or my purpose is to be a mom, or my purpose is to make money, or whatever the case may be. You discover that as you move along. And there are people who figure it out in their early ages. There are people who figure it out late. So now what's gonna happen? You understand? Like, there's absolutely no timeline. So I don't put any timeline, because one thing I have realized in my personal experience is that once you grow, you evolve. And once you evolve, even the person that you had in your head, the plans that you have of yourself, they are far from the actual reality. You understand? I don't know how to put it, but it's a thing, Yanyor. You would say, okay, I want to be in the medical field. You go to varsity, fine, you do your medicine, whatever the case may be. You move forward, you proceed, and you're like, no, I actually don't enjoy this. I actually want to be in marketing or be an artist. What, like, you just find yourself along you, like, as you move. So I'm giving myself that time to explore. I'm giving myself to adjust to what I like today, because what I might like today is not something that I liked before. So you are constantly changing. You are learning yourself. So I'm learning myself every time, because I just wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, so is this what we like now? You understand? Because you adjust to the environment, you adjust with the times. I literally just go with the flow. Hey, I really go with the flow. I take these days one step at a time. I don't predict, I don't expect, but I prepare. I prepare for the future. In terms of how it'll plan out or how it will unfold, that is up to God. I leave everything to Him. Tomorrow will worry about itself. I am only worried about now. Like right now, as I'm speaking about, you know, how I just maneuver through my 20s. It's definitely what I'm worried about. I'm worried about getting my message across right now. As for what will happen tomorrow, I have no idea, but I am prepared. I don't know if that makes sense. So people just, they associate themselves with they associate success with materialistic things. And another thing is, I know that people say this a lot and people emphasize on this point a lot, but I just feel like people don't really get it. Because if you did, I don't think people would be stressing like most people, because you would find, okay, what is your stress? What are you stressing about? No, I actually want to buy a new car. I actually want to upgrade. Like, it's things that are materialistic, you know? It's materialistic things. Like, they are making people not sleep at night, you know? And I'm just like, there are things we should be worried about, you know? We should be worried about our mental health. The biggest thing that I have realized that does play a role in how we view our abilities and where we are in life is social media. Social media is a blessing and a curse. A blessing in a sense that it can promote your business, it can put you out there if you need exposure, it can help you with communicating with anybody. It's very effective, it's very convenient too. But it's a curse in a sense that you think that you are left behind. You think that, you know what, you're not doing enough. You think that you have failed. You think that it's the end. You think that, no, you are doomed. You think that there's nothing beyond this point. You think that life is like that. There's no moving forward. But now, the thing is, what people seem to forget is that people post what they want you to see. It's more happy posts. It's more successful post. I meant to say, sorry, I'm thinking about the beach. I don't know why, but yeah, my train of thoughts is just, it's scattered. But let me just bring it back. As I was saying, you like, people forget that people post what they want other people to see. It's always happy posts, you know, marriage, babies, pregnancies, promotions, got the job, congratulations, stuff like that. It's very rare where you'll find somebody talk about how they are not feeling well. It's very rare to find people talk about losing their jobs or, you know, downgrading. You know, people always want to post their highs, and that alone puts a lot of pressure on so many people. And it's not even a thing of you are, I don't know how to put it. It gets to everyone, even myself. It got to me at some point where I felt like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I just need to push myself. I need to work hard. I need to do this. I need to, you know, you just put so much pressure on yourself. And it might not only be materialistic things. It might be a thing of, okay, I want to get married soon because my peers are getting married. I want to have a baby because my peers are getting babies. You know, it's just that constant urge to fit in, to be on the same, how do I put it? To be on the same level with other people, and you have absolutely no idea what happens because they post what they want you to see. You understand? Somebody will literally just post next to something that does not belong to them, or wearing something that does not even belong to them, or be in a house that they don't own, or whatever the case may be. They post that. Are you going to know? You won't know that because they have created this personality or this picture. They've portrayed this picture out. They are very successful. You understand? So social media is more of a curse because miserable people sometimes they join forces. They join forces to speak negatively about you. They join forces to just make you feel some type of way. People gather. They gather, Wabona, just to see how far you are, because that's also another thing. People can see how far you are, how much you've achieved and stuff like that. And that does put a lot of pressure because you're like, but how? So I have never been a person like where I felt the need to be somebody. I will be inspired, yes. I will be inspired, of course. And there are moments here and there where I feel like I need to push myself. But it is never a point where I want to be somebody, where I want to imitate this person. No, I'd rather take notes, be inspired, work on my own, try to, how do I put it? Try to paint my picture and live that life that I want. I always run away from people who make me feel negatively about myself, and I just want to surround myself with people who make me feel good about myself, who make me want to be the best version of myself, who inspire me a lot, because that makes me excited about myself. It makes me realize the potential that I have. It makes me want to explore and push and just, you know, be this person that I want to become, instead of being around people who make me feel like, you won't do that. I mean, if somebody couldn't do it, if so-and-so couldn't do it, and they had this and that, who are you? You know, I want people who support my dreams, no matter how wild they are. I surround myself with people like that, who say, okay, Basi, you've got this, you understand? I just love meaningful conversations. I love meaningful friendships. I love growth. I love positivity. I want to walk away and I'm like, wow, when I sleep at night, I learned this and that. I love learning. I love listening to people, and I love people listening to me. I just love interacting on a positive level, on a motivational level, because it's very important to have such conversations. Remember, the power of the tongue is very, 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 very great. Like, you don't just speak as if you are coming out of, I don't know what, that dustbin, or you know what, you don't. You use your tongue properly. You speak life, you manifest, you you put this out, like you put it out, and the universe will literally just bring that back to you. Because another thing is, whatever it is that your tongue says, it's what your mind believes. So you need to make sure that you believe all the nice things. You have this thing, I believe that I'm gonna live on that mansion. I believe that I will have a beautiful family. I believe that I will do great, and whatever it is that I touch, it will turn into gold. That's just how you use your tongue. I use my tongue perfectly. Like I always speak positivity, even when I am down and I'm just like, oh, this is not working, or I'm not getting it right. But after a few minutes, I gather my thoughts, I gather myself, and I'm like, okay, let's get back into it, Bessie. Let's go back to the drawing board. And it's very difficult. It's not something that I just do like this. It's something that I learned along these years, because as I was growing up, obviously there were challenges, and you know, these things you don't know until you come across them. You don't know that how do I put it? Like back then, like mental health was not really a thing. It was, I don't know how to put it, but depression, we just knew, oh, okay, hey, depression, that's it. But now that we are talking about these things, we are having conversations about these things, now you are aware, oh, okay, actually back then, it means I was actually depressed, you know, I was going through so and so, and this is how I dealt with it. So now we are like, I've grown, and I'm just this person who is now aware of these things. So I grew and I evolved, and I observed, and I applied. Like I applied what I needed to apply in order to make sure that when I feel this type of way, this is what I do. So I don't have it all figured out. I don't. I'm far from that. However, I am willing to learn. I am willing to explore. I am willing to accommodate whatever it is that life throws at me. If life throws lemons at me, best believe I'll throw the best cocktail ever. Like I will throw it back. Bona, you will not believe what I will create with that lemon. I mean, even the zest, the lemon. I will create the best puree you'll ever find. We can beat Chef Basi. You understand? So I'm not a qualified person, but I'm qualified in my life. For me, I'm a specialist. Sabu Pilobag. I'm not a specialist out there. I'm a specialist here. And my job is to make sure that I'm okay. If I need to be a chef, I'm going to cook the best meal for myself. If I am going to be a stylist, I am going to wear the best outfit for myself. If I need to be a makeup artist, I will make sure that I blend that foundation to a point where you think that, oh my gosh, this girl is a makeup artist. So I show up for myself a lot. Like I speak highly of myself. I keep you know, and you get people who are like, oh, she thinks she's better. No, I don't think. I know I am better. I know I am better. I don't think. I know I am better. That is why I carry myself like that. So I speak so highly of myself, and I never undermine my abilities. I never underestimate my power to turn things into gold. You understand? I know that I am capable. I know that I'm able. I know that I'm worthy, and I am deserving of anything that is literally out there that I want for myself. I don't say, yo, because I've seen that phrase on social media. Guys, I am not a chauffeur. I am not that person. I'm not. Whatever it is that's in my head, I'm going to make sure that I acquire it. That's all on God, but I am going to prepare for all these things that I want. So I don't measure myself, measure my abilities, you know, based on what my peers have. I don't look at that. I will be inspired, of course. Okay, this is good. Meaning it's possible, black child. It's possible, child. It's possible, you know. It's possible. So I just get inspired. I don't get to a point where I feel horrible because now I don't have this. Another thing is, there are a lot of people who are not aware of the gifts that they have because they are too busy focusing on what other people have. I had to pause because I wanted to make sure that you got what I said. There are a lot of people who are focusing on what other people have to a point where they don't even realize what they have. Everyone has a gift, one way or another. And this gift can be broken down in so many things. But now you are too focused on what this person has, what they have acquired, or where they are in life. Where you wanted to be, but now you are not there because you are not them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you must focus on yourself. Like, everything that you want, like I said, is literally right. Come on. You have the ability. So if you're gonna be on some, no, I'm almost 30 years old, I haven't acquired this and that, honey, I have news for you. You have 30s too. You have 30s to deal with. You have 40s to deal with, 50s, whatever the case may be. There are people who do not have what you have. Actually, people don't have what you have because you are you. That's what makes you different. That's your USP, unique selling point. You can do it like me, but you ain't me. Why don't you embrace that? Why don't you embrace the fact that you are different? Why don't you embrace the fact that you do things in this way? Why don't you embrace the fact that you look this, like you look like this instead of like that? Like, I don't know how to put it, but why don't you just appreciate yourself more? Why do you want to be validated so much? Why do you want to please other people? Are you even happy? Or you want to portray a happy life? It's very important to make sure that you are honest with yourself. You need to be very, very honest with yourself. You know, you can lie to a lot of people, but not yourself. Because that is the worst form of self-infliction. What am I saying, English? But that's the worst thing you can ever do to yourself. Lying to yourself. Don't do that. You can lie even on a public platform. You can lie because people lie. But to yourself, don't do that. Be very honest with yourself. Know exactly what your strengths are. Know what your weaknesses are, and work around it. Work around it. You'd be surprised that your weaknesses might actually, turn out into what will make you become this person that you want to become. So I just really, I appreciate where I am. I love my pace. I love people around me. I love where I am. I love my life. I love myself. I love how I look. I love the way I speak. I love the way I carry myself. I love the way I do things. I love my mistakes. I love my flaws. I love love. I love love, So I just know that I am this. I'm amazing. I'm great. It's just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. And I am not going to throw myself at people so that they can see this greatness that I'm talking about. It's just a matter of time. Maybe 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you will come back to this video and say, she actually said it, She actually said this. So you gotta say it, bro. Like, you gotta say it. You need to say it. You need to say these things. You need to know that you are powerful. You need to know that you are gorgeous. You are smart. You need to know that you are able. I never put myself on the floor. I keep fast. You will never see me. I don't do that. I don't do that. I hold myself here more. And people who are close to me will tell you. And you know the thing about being confident and knowing your worth as an individual, it comes across as being, I want the ego, the arrogance, the what? Why are you so sure about yourself? Why not? Why not? So I know who I am, and I know what I am going to become. As to when that will be, like I said, it's all on God. And my job is to make sure that I am okay. My job is to make sure that when I am down, I pull myself back up. Because another thing is, people don't talk when they're not okay. They don't talk. So you need to surround yourself with people who are very observant. That's another thing. And it's a very difficult task to find people who are observant of the situation. Because it won't be all the time when people are like, no, man, this person is not okay. But at least try to be with people who observe, you know. Especially if you are the loud one in the room, make sure that you surround yourself with people who observe these situations, because tomorrow when you're not okay, you are in hospital, what, it's like, hi, but this person, we were laughing yesterday, she was fine, she was what. So just surround yourself with people who are very, very observant. Another thing that I had to learn is the fact that we have the same things, they're just not packaged in the same way. A car is a car. Whether it's a Bugatti, Lamborghini, Cressida, Toyota, Uno, or a Tesla, it's a car. If you start those different cars, you will get to where you need to go. So a car is a car. A house is a house. Horena, it's a mansion, a shack, a commune, whatever. It is shelter. So as people, we need to be very grateful for what we have, because there's always somebody who's praying for the things that you have. And when you are not grateful for the things that you have, but there's somebody who is constantly up all night on their knees praying to God, asking God, can I please just finish my qualification? Can I find the man that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? Can I have babies? Can I find my purpose? Can I do this? So the things that you're not grateful for, somebody's praying for them. So I learned to be grateful for everything, from the smallest detail, Bona, to the biggest detail of my life. I am grateful because I know that there's somebody out there who's praying for something that I have. And taking things that you have for granted is the biggest injustice, because those things, once they are no longer at your disposal, you will feel it. I even speak on people that you have in your life. Once they are no longer in your life, you will feel it. And it's so unfortunate that sometimes you need to lose something in order for you to see its value. You need to lose somebody for you to see their value. It's lessons that need to be learned. Unfortunately, some lessons are very tough. It's tough love. Some people need tough love. There are people who need tough love. There was a time where I went to church. I can't remember the year specifically, but I went to church. It's not my church. I was visiting, and the pastor was like, sometimes people need to suffer in order for them to get out of their shell. That is why most of the time when you listen to people who have done extremely well for themselves, their stories, it's like, They're sad. The stories are sad, man. It's like, how did you get out of it? It's very rare where you will find somebody who comes from a very comfortable life and builds something extraordinary, because already their lives are extraordinary given our standard of living in South Africa. If you are rich, you grew up rich and you become rich, it makes no difference. You're still rich, you know, but it doesn't take away the fact that they worked hard. I'm talking about this side where this person had nothing. They built everything they have from the ground up. So this pastor was saying some people need to suffer in order for them to get out of their shell. Comfortability is a problem, guys. It is a problem. Once you are comfortable, just know you're in trouble. And I'm not saying in a sense of go and, you know, stress yourself, go and stretch. What's if I can do things that are so unrealistic just for the sake of not being comfortable? Comfortability can come in all angles, from the smallest detail. Yeah, or when you wake up, what do? Do you just get out of bed and go watch TV? Or do you get out of bed, do your bed, have a shower, have breakfast, do something productive? So comfortability is a problem, guys. Don't be comfortable. But at the same time, don't skei strafa. Ne? Skei strafa. Just know that, just do something good for yourself. Wabon. Be it reading, watching something that's going to empower you, something that's going to lift up your mood, whatever the case may be, but do that for you. It's okay to start all over again. It is okay. People are so scared of starting all over again. They think that now that you have arrived at this point, there's no turning back. There is turning back. For as long as you can move forward, it means you can go back. Because how did you get there? So starting over is okay. Rebranding is okay. Doing something and saying, no, man, this is not what I want. I want to do something else. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you need to do it, do it. If you feel like, no, man, this course is not the one, change it. Because another thing is, people do things they don't like. And once you do that, you are signing up for stress. Willingly, you are signing up for stress. And the sad thing is, people are not even aware that they don't like certain things until they do them. You understand? But once you realize that, this is not where I want to be or how I want to do things, you need to change that. Because if you have to bend your feelings to accomplish something, you are already losing. You'll be winning this, but you'll be losing yourself. So don't lose yourself for the sake of. You need you. Because without you, there's nothing. How do you expect to make somebody happy? How do you expect to be in happy relationships? How do you expect to live a positive life if you are not even there for yourself? So you really need to put yourself first. I said this in my previous video, that you need to put yourself first. Don't lose yourself. So don't do things for the sake of doing them. Do it because you love it. Do what you love. If you do what you love, it won't feel like work. And there are people who are so fortunate in terms of what they do. There are people who do what they love. Like, there are people who breathe what they love. And you can imagine how peaceful that must be. Unfortunately, we don't live in an easy era. Like, times are hard, you know, and there are people who have no choice. But if you do have a choice, and if you can, rebrand, change, start all over again. There's nothing wrong with rebranding. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I really hope that you walked away with something valuable, and I will see you guys in my next video.